Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining in today. So, today we are going to talk about and also practice regarding the emotions release. So, how are we going to do today's session? I'll just quickly explain you and then we will begin our practice. So, we'll start with the conditioning. We will do a little bit of warm up and then we will get into an actual practice of the asanas. Of course, focused on how we release our emotions with the yoga practice. So, let us begin. Take any meditative posture, Vajrasan, Sukhasan, Padmasan, Ardha Padmasan, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm today, right now, sitting in Vajrasan, but make sure whatever posture that you take, you can sit in this posture for about 10 minutes. So, even if you want to take Sukhasan, please feel free to do so. The whole idea is to condition our mind and body for the rest of the practice. So, take your posture. Once you have adjusted yourself in one of the meditative posture, place both your palms either on your thighs or in your lap, whatever suits you. You can also keep them in a Jnana Mudra. Slowly close your eyes. Now, first we will begin with little bit of structural adjustments for the body. So just follow the instructions. Make sure head to toe you're in one line. So for that, adjust your lower back and the sitting bones such that your weight is not on the lower back. Make sure you're sitting only on your sitting bones. Relax your abdomen. Your elbows are relaxed as you've already placed your palms. Moving a little bit up. Make sure your sternum is nicely lifted up. Neck is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Your chin is parallel to the floor. You're not looking up. You're not looking down. Come to the neutral zone. Now, with this, all the changes, more or less, structurally, we are in one line. All the vertebrae, the whole of the spinal cord is stacked one on each other. It's very important to make sure there is no blockage in the energy flow. And for that, it is extremely important to get the spinal cord in one line. And as I said, it's important to come into the neutral zone. There is no Ida, there is no Pingala. Everything has to flow through Sushumna. Now, slowly moving up, relax all the facial muscles. Relax all your five senses. And bring your attention at the tip of the nose. And observe your breath. Today, we are going to work on the emotions. And the emotions, the first place from where these emotions take place or take birth are these five senses. So let us see if we can withdraw these senses and move them inward. We are not eating anything right now. So there is no job, no work given to our tongue, which is the organ for the taste. So you relaxed your tongue. Let it settle down in the lower palate of your mouth. The another important and very probably the disturbing thing that the tongue does is the chatter. This chatter is not just about verbal communication, it is the chatter which also continues in our mind. See if we can, with this tongue and the taste sense, let these thoughts, the chatter in the mind, also relax. Moving further, the sense of smell, and the organ is the nose. See if we can withdraw and just allow this organ to continue with breathing without any judgment, without any identification of the smell around. The eyes are already closed, and we have already taken that sense and allowed it to move inward. Today, I want you to keep other two senses, the sense of hearing, the organ is yours, and the sense of touch, which is through the skin. Allow these two senses to overpower rest and see how you experience as we practice today. You need to keep your hearing sense activated to be able to hear my instructions and limit that hearing to these instructions. And allow the touch sense to let you experience, let you feel what the whole practice is making you feel and what kind of an experience it leaves you with. Once we have worked on all these five senses, let's little bit talk about the emotions. The emotions, they are like the water. If there is a channel, if there is a path, if there is a direction, they are constructive and they are useful. And they are beautiful too. But the moment they have no direction, no channel, the usefulness of those emotions is completely lost. In the same way, if they are stored and kept at one single place, again, the dirt gets into it and they lose their usefulness too. So let us see how we can channelize our emotions, give them a direction which is constructive, which is useful, and which works for you. And it does not convert into any knots, any baggage, or it is not out of your control and flowing everywhere. And with this intention, gently join both the palms together in Namaste near your sternum. And gently cup your eyes. Open the eyes inside your palms and get your palms down. Let us begin. So we'll do a little bit of warm up today and then we will get into the asana practice. So release the posture now. You can release both the legs, sit upright. You don't need to take the hand support, it's not needed. So place your palms either gently on the floor or you can place them on your thighs. Let's stretch, flex, stretch, flex, rotate 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. Increase the distance between the legs. Drop both the toes inside. Come back. Drop both the legs inside once again. Come back. And one last time. Drop both the legs inside and come back. Fold the right leg. Sitting Pavanmuktasan with the one leg. Sit upright. Keep breathing normal throughout the warm-up. Make sure all the toes of the left leg are pointing towards the ceiling and see if you can get the little toe moving towards you so that even the left leg is active and have not died out. Slowly take the foot and place it around your left elbow. Get the other elbow to hold around your knee and slowly sitting upright, take it closer to your chest. Slowly use only the side part of your thighs and see if you can take it outside without moving your body diagonally. So your body is pretty much in the center. We are just taking the leg out so that you get a nice stretch onto the side hips and the side on the thighs. We are just opening up, though we are towards the second half of the day, the body will be a little warm up. However, it's a winter. So let's give a nice warm up before we do the asanas. Slowly hold that foot and see if you can take the foot up as much as you can without rounding your back, without taking yourself behind, sitting upright as much as you can. Again, all of us will have a different mobility in the body. So that's perfectly okay. Know your own limitations and see wherever you can reach. The idea is to give a nice warm up to the leg and give all the movements. Slowly, again, get into sitting Pavanmuktasan and release your right leg. Other side. Let's take the left leg in. Sit upright. Again, make sure your right toes are pointing towards the ceiling and right little toe is moving towards you. The right leg is active. Now again, lift the foot, place the foot around your right elbow, get the other hand also around, and again, see if you can get it near the chest. Again, sit upright. Make sure you're not leaning behind and rounding your spine. So sit upright, spine straight. Now, again, take the leg towards the left side without tilting your body. So if you have to adjust your hands to be able to let your leg move out, please feel free to do so. Again, make sure there is no pressure on your lower back. You're still sitting on your buttock bones and you're not shifting your weight onto the lower back. Again, hold the foot and see how much can you take it further up. Again, know your own limitation. Don't pamper yourself. And at that same time, don't overdo. Slowly release the leg. Drop the leg. And release. Get both the legs in Sukhasana. You can choose to do Ardha Padmasana. And if you can, now it will be a little easier for you to do even Padmasana. But I would suggest, let's get into Ardha Padmasana. So get your right leg in. Interlock your fingers. Inhaling, stretch up. Make sure you're not stretching the shoulders out. The shoulders are back to the socket. Only the arms are stretched from the elbow. The upper arm is moving towards the shoulder and the forearm is moving towards the wrist. And a nice spinal stretch, which is the upward spinal stretch. Release the hands. Drop the right palm onto the floor on the right side. Raise the left hand up. Make sure the left hand is straight from the fingertips to all the way up to your waist. Slowly inhaling crescent onto the right side. Make sure you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning behind. You're simply stretching towards the opposite wall onto the right side. Make sure you're not lifting up your left hip. The left hip is well grounded. So again, don't try to reach the floor by shrinking on the right side. Just give a nice lateral stretch without compressing your right side. Keep taking your left shoulder towards the ceiling so that you are not leaning forward. Slowly come back to the center. Release your left hand. Drop the left palm onto the floor, onto the left side. Straighten your right hand up. And again, crescent onto the left side. Again, same instructions. Don't lift up your right hip. Don't bend your hand from the elbow, from the fingertips to the waistline, all in one line. Do not shrink. Keep your lift up and take a nice lateral stretch. Slowly come back to the center and release. Take your right palm onto the left thigh, right hand behind, left hand behind. Keep the fingertips onto the floor. Push the floor away with the fingertips and take a gentle twist onto the left side. Slowly come back to the center. Left palm onto the right thigh, right fingertips behind. Push the floor away with the right fingertips. Take a gentle twist onto the right side. We are just starting and warming up. So take all the gentle steps and slowly come back to the center. Change the fold. Get the left leg up and walk your hands forward and see if you can further give a nice stretch to your spine and little bit of forward bend. Slowly come back. One last one. Again, join both the palms together up in Parvadasana and slowly, nice stretch without the shoulder out of the socket and gently come back. Place both the palms on your thighs. We'll do sitting cat and cow, a last spinal movement. So inhaling, roll your shoulders behind, lift your sternum up, originating in from the navel, and give a nice arch to your spine. Gently round your shoulders, push the navel to the spine, and tuck the chin to the chest. One more time. Roll your shoulders, lift your sternum up, originate it from the navel, and give a nice arch to the back. Round your shoulders, tuck the chin to the chest, navel towards the spine. One last time. Roll your shoulders behind and round your shoulders. And slowly release. Come back to the neutral. Release your Padmasana and come to Vajrasana. We're going to begin with Nadi Shuddhi. So, sit in Vajrasana. In case any of you are not able to sit in Vajrasana, feel free to take Sukhasana. Perfectly fine for this. So, again, place both the palms on your thighs. Inhale and exhaling vertebrae by vertebrae. Start folding forward without picking up your hips from the heels. Once you are parallel to the floor, relax your elbows. First, exhale out completely. And once you can't exhale further, stay there in a shallow breathing. Breathe up to your clavicular. Idea is not to go down and touch the floor. Idea is to completely exhale out and get the residual air which is inside completely out of the system. Slowly inhaling, we come up. Interlock your fingers, place them around your navel such that the thumb somewhere comes around your navel. Again, inhale and exhaling, fold forward. First, exhale out completely. And once you can't exhale further, stay there in a shallow breathing. Focus on your exhalation. There will be some extra abdominal compression here. Take that as much as you can. And then focus on and shallow. Slowly inhaling, we come up. The last one. Hand, thumb inside, fingers outside. Place them on this around your pelvic bones. We have covered the center. We will also cover the sides. And again, inhaling, straighten your spine. And exhaling, vertebrae by vertebrae, start folding forward. Relax your elbows. Once you are parallel to the floor, don't pick up your hips. And again, once you can't exhale further, stay there in a shallow breathing. The idea here is to focus on exhalation. The way it is called Nadi Shuddhi, it is helping us to get out of the system whatever residual air is there inside. Slowly and steadily come up and release and take two normal breaths. Now, I am going to show some of the asanas which you all would definitely be knowing, but just as a revision, I will quickly show the asanas and the name of the asana, because the series or the way we are going to do the asanas today, We are going to do everything with the closed eyes. So you have to, as I said in the beginning in the conditioning, that today we are gonna activate two senses, the hearing and the touch. So activate your hearing sense, keep listening to the instruction throughout and follow the instruction. You don't need the eyes to see me what I'm doing. All you want to do, all you have to do is follow the instruction. So I will quickly show some of the asanas so that you somewhat remember the names when I'm saying about it and you don't have to really open the eyes when we are doing the practice. So this is Vajrasan, the way we are saying, the way we know. One leg on top of the other, such a way the heels are near the hips and the knees come on top of each other. We all have a different mobility and the flexibility. So some of us may have here and some of us will have completely on one on another. That's perfectly okay. This is Gomukhasana legs and my left leg is up. I'll take my left hand from top and the right hand from down. If I can catch hold of my fingers, my wrist, great. If I can't, perfectly all right again. And this is Gomukhasana with hands with legs. Then the leg is straight up, but crossing over the other knee. I'll take my one shoulder from inside. My left leg is up, but I'm taking the right hand, so the opposite hand, opposite leg, and I'm taking the twist towards the side which the leg is up, and this is Ardha Matsyendrasana. If this is not accessible, you can simply hug your knee and take a twist. Make sure you're not leaning on any of the sides when you're practicing it. So this is Ardha Matsyendrasana. Now, I'm going to place my leg one on another in such a way that my legs are away from the body and my ankle and the knee are one on top other. This is Agni Stambhasana legs. And I will fold forward and this is Agni Stambhasana. And one last one. We are in Vajrasan. I'm going to drop my hips or the sitting bones onto the floor, getting my heels outside of my hips. I'll try to keep my knees joined together, but again, all of us will have a different mobility. So see what permits and how much can you keep it. But the effort will be to keep the knees together. I'm going to roll into Paryankasana. So I'm going to go step by step. I'll first stay here. If I'm comfortable, then I will go further down and see if I can go all the way down, keeping my knees together. If I can't, I will stay here. Perfectly all right. So I will do it as per my capacity. So these are the asanas, and we are going to practice these asanas in a different series in a different way. So whenever I'm calling any name of the asana, you now know which asana I'm talking about. So now we are going to begin our practice of asanas, and I want all of you to do it by closing your eyes. Throughout the whole session now, keep your eyes closed and see how you experience, what you experience, and what does it do. So let's everyone sit in the center of your mat or maybe a little bit towards the upper side of the mat or the front edge of the mat, so that when you roll, whenever you have to roll behind, you have enough space and you don't have to adjust yourself. So in the beginning itself, take the position. We are sitting in Vajrasan. Close your eyes, and now we are only going to listen to my instruction and then feel or see what is happening to you. So again, relax completely. Catch your breath, normalize your breath. We are sitting in one of the meditative posture. Just watch your breath and make a note of the breath, the way it is flowing right now. We have already given a good rest to 3 of the senses as we begin. And again, we are closing the eyes now. So all 3 senses are to the rest. So we have kind of given a rest to 3 seats of emotions. Now, slowly drop both the hips towards the right side and get your left leg on top of the right leg and come into Gomukhasana legs. Follow the instruction. Keep the eyes closed. Adjust yourself into the center. Now we have kind of locked the legs. However, physically, it is giving a nice stretch to the side waist and the side of the legs. My spine is upright. And now I'll take left hand from up and I will take right hand from down and get my hands into Gomukhasana hands. So I'm in now complete Gomukhasana. Observe your own breath, the way it is flowing. And throughout the practice, see how you can move from Annamaya Kosh to the Pranamaya Kosh and explore how your gross body or the asanas helps you to penetrate to your Pranamaya Kosh and how the breath moves within your body. And as we all know, the emotions have impact on our breath. So let us explore how the breath is working right now and how the different asanas are making difference to the breath. So in Gomukhasana right now, we have one opening around the armpits. See if you can feel the breath, the whole of the left side, and let the breath or the residual breath, I would say, release from the armpit. Your chest is open. You have widened your chest. So you have more capacity to breathe in. But to breathe in more, you'll have to first allow it to release. And there is one new opening right now, which is around the armpits. Slowly release your hands. Catch your breath there. Now, move the right leg little away from the body and place your left leg on top of the right leg such that the ankle and the knee come on top of the other and you come into Agnisthambhasana legs. From the gross body point of view, it will give you a very nice stretch from the side hips to the side of the thighs. Now, inhaling, we take both the hands up and exhaling vertebrae by vertebrae, we are going to fold forward. Go slow, observe all your movements and see what it does to your gross body and at the same time to your breath. You can drop both the fingertips onto the floor and see if you can walk your hands a little bit forward. You'll get a nice, again, stretch onto the sides. But here, I want you to think about moving forward. Many a times, the blocks that we create does not let us move forward because we are limiting ourselves. So here you have an opportunity to let go and surrender completely so that that block that you have created in your mind gets out of your way and allows you to move forward. The way it is called, it's a forward fold, it's Vairagya Bhav, and it all teaches us about letting it go. And when we do this automatically, the first thing the breath does is it exhales out. Again, it's an indication of letting go. So feel this in your gross body, your Annamaya Kosh, your Pranamaya Kosh. Slowly, inhaling, we come up, and exhaling, we release the hands. Now, from here, lift your left leg up and drop the left foot outside of the right knee. Take your right foot near the hip again. Sit upright. We are going to get into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So if you can do complete Ardha Matsyendrasana, get your right shoulders from inside. Hold your ankle if you can and take a twist towards the left side. If you can't, feel free to just hug your left knee with the right hand and take a nice twist onto the left side. Again, observe how the breath has changed, how the path of the breath has changed, and what is it doing. There is a twist. And in life, we do go through all the twists and turns. See if this twist help you to actually go through the twists of life. See how the breath, the path of the breath changes, and how the change in the path of the breath helps you to stay for longer in this asana. And that the same breath will help you survive the twists and turns of the life. Slowly release and come back to the center. Release the left leg and again come into Vajrasana. Now drop both the hips to the floor and get both the heels by the side of your hips. After twists and turns, the feeling that you get or all that we feel is about sense of achievement. So let's fold into Paryankasana, vertebrae by vertebrae, and see how this twists and turns have helped us to fold into an asana. First step, you just stay onto your elbows. Watch your breath originate the fold from your front, not from the lower back. This is how the body should work. And then if you can comfortably go further down, go all the way down in Paryankas. Relax yourself there if you can and see if you can do an abdominal breathing here. Slowly come up again. Come onto the elbows and gently roll out of the asana. And again, come into Vajrasana. Continue to stay there with the closed eyes. And again, observe the breath. As I said, after the twists and turns, the feeling that we get is of the self-reliance, that we can sail through these phases. And when we feel the sense of satisfaction or the sense which helps us to affirm that we can do it is nothing but Aishwarya, is nothing but giving a nice opening in your chest for a full breathing. See if you can feel your breath in your chest, expanding your chest, and of course, see if you can feel the same in your mind right now. Now, we are going to do the same onto the other side. So, from Vajrasana, again, drop both the hips towards the left now and get your right leg on top of the left leg, such that again, both the heels come somewhere closer to the hips. One knee come on top of the other as per our body flexibility and the mobility. But make sure you're not tilting on the either of the sides. You're pretty much into the center. So we have Gomukhasana legs. We have the right leg on top of the left. So we'll take the right hand from the top, from up, and we'll take left hand from down. And again, wherever the hands reach. We spoke about giving a extra outlet for the breath to be released or the emotions to release, which was around the armpit, which is completely open right now. But at the same time, once you can release completely, see if you can heighten your awareness about your body, your breath, and see what kind of emotions are right now going in your mind. Are we coming to the neutral zone where there are no extremes of the emotions? As I said, they are like a water. They will keep flowing. All we need to do is to give them a proper channel. The channel to either flow within the body, the different koshas, or even at times to release it out completely from the body. So use this nice opening to first release what is not required and at the same time fill your chest. As the chest is connected with the armpits, there is an extra space which is available for you to fill it up. Get aware of your breath, get aware of your body, and see if you can penetrate through your Vijnanmay Kosh. From Annamay, we move to Pranamay, and it's time to move towards the Vijnanmay and see how the intellect is playing right now. Slowly release your hands. Release your left leg a little bit away from the body and place the right leg on top of the left leg such that the knee and the ankle come on top of each other. We have created little space in the legs. Now, see if you can join both the hands in Namaste, in Paschim Namaste behind. See if you can press both the palms together and see there is no space between your thumb and the first finger. Now, keeping this Namaste, see if you can again, exhaling out vertebrae by vertebrae, hinging from the hip, start folding forward. I would want you to now see if you can surrender to the gravitational force. Surrender to the higher reality. Instead of thinking about how much your body can take you, I have taken away the hands which were leading us before onto the other side. See if you can be guided by the gravitational force or the higher reality. Keep pressing your palms together while we are actually compressing the abdomen by pressing the hands together. There is a good opening in your chest right now. You have released an exhale out completely, but at the same time, there is an opportunity to stay shallow in your upper body. When we surrender, when we let go, the knots which are there in our body releases out. And as I said before, it's about moving forward. All the emotions, all the knots, all the hindrances created by the mind or by the world around us or by our own self, just let them go. Slowly and steadily, inhaling, start coming up. Release your hands. From here, get the right foot outside of the left knee. Get the left heel towards the hip. And let's see if we can get into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Again, depending on your body limitations and the mobility of the body, either you choose to take complete Ardha Matsyendrasana, or you can also choose to do just simply hug the knee and take a twist. When we surrender, when we let go, no twist, no turns can actually hinder, can actually come into the way of your progress. Though it's a twist, there is enough room for you to survive. There is enough room for you to rise above. And there is enough time, space, everything for you to learn out of this. So the twists and turns are not to take us down or make us feel sad or demotivated, but it is actually preparing us to move further towards feeling of achievement, feeling of satisfaction. So as you roll out of the asana, get the right leg behind and come into Vajrasana again. Come into Virasana, taking both the heels outside of the hip. And again, gently roll into Paryankasana. Step by step, vertebrae by vertebrae, as much as the body permits. And now observe how your breath is flowing and what the asana is doing, not just to your body, but also to your mind and to your breath. Slowly roll out of the asana and sit in Vajrasana. You can place both the palms into your lap, one on the other. And again, observe your breath. Observe how your mind feels. Activate your sense of touch. Where all the breath has touched you, your emotions have touched you, or the whole of experience of doing the series with the closed eyes have touched you. Let the breath settle down. Release your Vajrasan. If you feel like to open the eyes, you can open the eyes. But I would suggest if you can, continue with the closed eyes. Continue with the closed eyes. Come into Sukhasana. We will do a little bit of cool down, though we have not done extensive practice, but it's always good to cool down. And it's again part of the emotion release. As I said, no extremes are good. We ultimately have to come to the neutral and cool down, whether it's from the point of view of simple gross asana practice or whether it's about moving up towards your intellect. We have to cool down and come back to the neutral zone. So again, come to Sukhasana. You can take both the palms up and join both the palms together in Parvadasana stretch. Again, don't take your shoulders out of the socket. Simply just get a nice upward stretch. Get the shoulders back to the shoulder socket. From here, drop your right palm onto the right side, right floor, keeping the left hand there as is and stretching it completely, crescent onto the right side. See how the same warm up can help us cool down as well. And come back to the center. Take the right palm to join the left palm. Drop the left palm onto the left side of the floor and again crescent onto the right side. Slowly come back to the center. Join both the palms together once again. Again, release your right hand. Get the right palm onto the left thigh. Get the left hand behind around your waist and see if you can take a gentle twist towards the left side. The cool down is mainly to make sure there are no misuse of the, if at all you have made any, you have wrongly used any of the parts of the body, you just release that. Or if you have done any extensive practice, it helps you to come back to the neutral. Release the left hand, come up. Release the right hand to join both the palms together again. Drop the left palm onto the right thigh. Take the right hand behind around the waist. And again, take a gentle twist onto the right side. Slowly come back to the center. Release your right hand. Release your left hand. Join both the palms together. Inhale at your place and exhaling, take a gentle forward bend. Don't try to go all the way down. Just take a gentle forward fold. Slowly come up and release both the hands. Place both the palms on your thighs. Catch your breath first. And to continue with this neutral zone of body, breath, and also the emotions, we will focus on equalizing the breath. So take 2 normal breaths and we'll inhale and exhale for the equal counts. So I will give inhale and exhale for 5 counts. If you can't manage to do it for the 5 counts, please do it as per your capacity. You can continue with just the 4 counts or even the 3 counts. See what suits your body, what suits your own breath. So we begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One last round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax, release, normal breathing. Keep observing. Keep your sensations active in terms of how the breath is touching you, where this breath is touching you, whether it's really helping you to come to that neutral zone. Feel it, experience it. Now we're going to do 3 rounds of Om, which is longer exhalation. But I want you to focus on the sound. We are always surrounded by different sounds around. And majority of the time, the sound sounds like a noise. See if we can convert this noise into actually the sound which is gelling with your within and merging with your own body breath and of course the mind. So with that intention, let's see how the Om helps us to calm down or rather converge with the noise which is around and helps us to convert that noise into a sound. Take 2 normal breaths. And we begin. Take a deep breath. Let your breath settle down. Feel the vibrations, not just in your ears, but in your crown too. Gently join both the hands in Namaste near your sternum. Exhaling, bow your head down. Feel the gratitude for everything that you have, for everyone who is helping you in your progress. Acknowledge all your efforts that you have been putting in day in, day out. Acknowledge all the small achievements, small, little progress that you have been doing it day in, day out. And with one more exhalation, let go and surrender everything that is coming in your way, not just in a way of your progress, also in the way of your elevation from one stage to another for your own soul. Let go of your fears, let go of your ego, let go of everything that is unwanted. There is no history and there is no mystery. There is always the moment of present. Be in that moment and let go rest of the things. And as you let go of everything, with that lightness, inhaling, take your head up. Breathe in fully and nicely and use this breath to channelize your emotions, channelize the way the breath wants to make you feel and help you in your Annamaya Kosh or a Pranamaya Kosh and so on and so forth. Gently cup your eyes. Open the eyes inside your palms and get your palms down. We'll end the session here today. Thank you.